This is a story written by Alan SIDWAY. He lives in South England, Hastings. The story is called She Never Really Liked Shaking Hands. She was made from pino wood, cut from gigantic trees deep in the primeval forests of southern Russia, at the base of the Carpathian Mountains, in an area little known but greatly feared, and there were many reasons for this terror. Trolls, witches, wizards, vampires, shape-shifters, and ancient even beings. Of course, if you didn't believe in any of those things, think about other dangers. Deep snow, storms, bears, wolves, mammoths, tribes of abominable snowmen, and a bitter cold, numbing the brain, sending many raving mad. In Kovrov, just off the main town square, was a wood carver's shop, a haven for children. Known by everyone as Boris, he was highly skilled. His shop was filled with interesting items, wooden birds that whistled, frogs that croaked, or just a tiny wooden mouse for your pocket. Among his many talents was the creating of manikins, carved for the large department stores of Moscow and St. Petersburg. Being life-size, the models, in the latest fashion, looked fantastic in the shop floor display and high street windows. But some of the mannequins had been enchanted by evil witches, teaming up with gangsters who had lots of gold to spend on ways of stealing even more money. The witches wanted the gold for themselves, every last sackful. Ida, head of the witches, had supplied a music box for the gang boss. Once the enchanted mannequins heard the melodious tune, they came to life. With this ability to move, the models were ordered to open the main doors. Pulling back the large, heavy bolts they found very difficult, struggled to grip the iron handle. Once the door was opened, the gangster boss, with 20 men, stripped the place. With many expensive departments, they had their pick, choosing jewelry, perfume, and fur coats. The men soon had their arms full to the brimming. A wooden clockwork cuckoo lived with Boris. It was while flying around that the little bird had found out about the mannequins being bewitched. Telling Boris, he flew off again, searching for more news. The wood carver was furious. Every mannequin he had made was like his own child. Boris knew the most powerful or evil spell would never work on wood from the wisdom tree. He had made many church pews in this hard wood, and when delivered to the church, each one was blessed with holy water. This kept vampires and other evils away for many miles. When pews needed repair, the broken wood was never thrown away, but kept in a special corner of the wood store. A day might come when needed again. Such a day had arrived. The mannequins were made in 10 parts, 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 feet, 2 hands, a head and a body. If you could fit new hands made from blessed wisdom wood, the evil enchantment would be banished forever. With the help of Mr. Karlov, the store manager who had suffered the robbery, Boris the carver explained what had to be done next, also how the doors were opened. But all the models were still there, as smart as ever. They could never move, of course. They are made of wood. Boris smiled. If they were enchanted, bewitched, call it what you like, even wood can move. Karlov looked shocked. You hear these stories as little children, secure in the warmth of your parents' arms, and we're not afraid. I've been fully grown for many years. Now I'm afraid. Boris nodded his head. I know it's a shock, but don't worry, we can take off the spell. Of the 10 mannequins, only 3 are bewitched, the last 3 sent. Karlov whispered, How do you know it is those 3? Boris explained simply, Look at the hands. They are badly marked where the bolts dug into the soft pino wood when they struggled to open the main doors. Also, there must be a sound that triggers the spell. But at the moment we don't know what it is. Keep listening for anything strange in music being played. Looking at Karlov, Boris sniffed. What I will do is go to my workshop and make 6 hands in wisdom wood. I shall fit these to your models, and that will banish the spell forever. While I'm away, I want you to start a bit of gossip buzzing round. Tell everyone a huge delivery will arrive in 3 days, all to replace the stolen items. The greedy gangsters, knowing the enchanted models are still in the store, will come back ready to steal all your new stock. In the stockrooms will be police, and we'll grab the gangsters and chuck them all in jail and throw away the keys. Karloff laughed loudly. Yes, but first of all I must make the hands. See you on day 3. Shaking the store manager's hand, Boris left. For the next 2 days and half a night, he used all his skills to change the odd bits of wisdom wood into 6 beautiful hands. Taking them to the store, he explained to Karloff what had to be done. When I put the hands on, the models would not be able to move, the spell having been banished. Putting the models upstairs, we'll replace them with police dressed in their display clothes. What we don't know is how the spell is activated. Usually it's a musical phrase, or notes from a flute or a penny whistle. Karloff looked nervous. Do you think they will come tonight? Boris gave a wide grin. After the gossip you put about, well, this new stock sounds as if it's straight from a pharaoh's treasure house. Being greedy and still thinking the store doors will be open from inside, I'm sure we'll see them tonight. Gangsters like this can't stop themselves. Relax, Karloff. Have a vodka. After waiting 3 hours with nothing happening, Boris thought he was wrong. And with snow starting to fall, the gangsters wouldn't be out to play. Through the letterbox of the main door drifted the gentle chime of a music box. Realizing this was the sound that triggered the model's spell, the dressed-up police models slowly moved towards the door. Taking their time, they fumbled around the bolts, pulling gently. "Come on, pull harder, you fool," shouted one of the gang, followed by, "Get off. You're hurting my arm." "Run, it's the police," a voice bellowed. "Too late for that. We've got your entire rotten crowd now. You've got years of prison food to look forward to. Put the chains on, men." A few weeks later, with the gangsters locked up, Karloff held a banquet to thank everybody for their help. Among the waitresses working round the huge table were 3 mannequin models who had been enchanted, moving freely. "One thing I don't understand, Boris, you said when the models had the spell lifted, they could not move. Look at them now, going everywhere." "I don't understand it myself. It's a miracle. They move about under their own thoughts, and they can see with eyes made of glass. Truly a miracle." Karloff looked concerned. "I know they are only made of wood, but what will become of them?" Boris smiled gently. "I have repairs to do all the time. The tall model has a loose hand joint. That's why she never really liked shaking hands. It came off once. But don't worry, I have a large garden where I shall build them a home. Let's see, how about a 3-bedroom log cabin? A fitting abode for wooden mannequins, wouldn't you say?" Karloff gasped into laughter. With tears in his eyes, he whispered, "Oh yes."